All right, so it's about 1 o'clock. Last hour it really slowed down. Those that were fishing first did really well. There's still a handful of us that are at 10, 15 fish a piece. Didn't limit out with that 30 fish. So we're gonna try a different way now and go over in some deeper water where the Cisco are really schooled up, and you can just actually get down low and jig and snag them. So kind of unique. You can only do that, of course, when you've got ice over the lake. So this year we can try that. I've never done that, so kind of curious. And then there's also the opportunity of maybe catching a big trout at the same time. So we're gonna pack up, head off to a different part of the lake and see what happens. So now it's back to the normal kind of ice fishing, where you just used a regular ice auger to drill a few holes. Dan had brought his kids over before us, and they'd already been having plenty of luck, so we knew we'd have a chance to fill our limits.
Good job.
The Cisco really didn't show up well on the fish finders, as they appeared to sit right on the bottom, but as proved from all the Cisco being brought up to the surface, they were there all right. All right, so here we are out now on the lake. We're a couple hundred yards out, so we've just got a lure with a nice big treble hook, and we're going to drop it down, and it's been working out pretty well. We're about 30 feet deep here. We're just going to let it go all the way to the bottom. As soon as it hits the bottom, I'll start jigging, kind of assuming there's a whole bunch of fish down there sitting right on the bottom. And we're going for the snagging method. Just jig and let it hit the bottom again, jig again. Oh, missed one. There we go. Double. Nice Cisco. That would be my 30th Cisco, meaning I just limited out. That one's full of eggs. We'll give Luke this pole and this hole because it's working really good, and see how he does. With my limit filled, I had Luke come try the hole I was using, as it just seemed to be a good one. Sure enough, it didn't take long at all. There you go.
Well, this is my first one snagging and my fourth one of the day. I netted 3 over at the other spot, and hopefully I can get into some more.
I don't think that will be a problem. Farrah, Dan's dog, was along for the fun. In fact, I think she may have stole 1 or 2 fish when we weren't looking, but one thing was for sure, she was having a good time as well. Cody High surprised us with a pretty cool catch of his own.
So on this lake you can only use 2 poles and 2 hooks, and well, I took advantage of that.
Not too bad. 2 Cisco at the same time.
That's awesome.
First cast too, just had to switch lures.
Jackson High was just on a steady pace, bringing him in. Gregory High was also doing well, as really everyone was getting plenty of action.
Piece of cake and more to go.
By now, Luke was up to 10, only 20 more to go. That sounds like a lot, but at the pace he was going, that wouldn't take long at all.
So today we've been fishing for Bonneville Cisco. Cisco are kind of like a whitefish, but Bonneville Cisco are kind of unique here in Bear Lake, in that they're endemic to this lake. They're found nowhere else in the world. So this is a cool fishery that we have here in our backyard that no one else has claim to. Pretty neat.
Only a sister would do that.
Afton and Finn were also getting their limits of Cisco. This way of fishing for them was much easier for the kids than trying to push a heavy net through the water.
Your arm getting tired yet?
This is number 22, and I've only got 8 left to go. Got another.
When Luke got close, he figured he better make sure of his count so he wouldn't go over his limit.
45.
When Cody set the hook on his next one, something felt different. This was no small tug on the other end of the line.
This isn't a Cisco. This feels different.
Dad!
Come on.
Oh, that's big!
There we go, right in the mouth too.
Holy cow!
A little bigger than a Cisco.
Oh yeah!
That's way bigger.
Look at that, bud.
That would be a Bonneville whitefish.
Got something a little bigger than a Cisco. Only one who can.
Now something new this year, the Idaho Fishing Game have a category for catch and release state records. So with the records being blank for the most part, this big Bonneville whitefish would surely fill one record, at least for a while. All you need is a photo with the fish laying next to some sort of measuring tape. And then a photo with the fish and whoever caught it. Make sure to release it unharmed, and then you can submit it online. After we made it home from this trip, everything was submitted, and now he officially is in the record books. In fact, Afton Guerin released one of her big Cisco earlier in the day and submitted it to be in the records as well.
This is my last fish to make my limit.
Last one. Limit of 30.
So here we are now with nearly everyone limited out.
I got my limit.
Jackson was bringing in his last one, but the Cisco had other ideas.
Okay, I blame you.
No problem. As you've seen, there's plenty more where that came from, and just a minute later, he pulled up another.
I got my limit twice now.
While Cody was the only one to catch a double and caught a state record, he was the last one to finally pull his limit of Cisco through the ice.
There was one, now there's none. Got my limit, 30 Cisco.
So that's Cisco fishing for you when you have the good fortune of having ice to fish through. While it's fun to fish for them both in open water and through the ice, I think fishing through the ice is much easier for the kids to be able to get in on all the action. If this looks like fun, put it on the calendar. It only happens for about a week in the cold month of January and only on Bear Lake. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to the Outdoor Youth Challenge YouTube channel.